Hey guys, I am here with a follow-up guide from the Nightmare Corridor video I did last week, because I was able to perfect my teams further without changing the heroes out that much. So this is more like a follow-up video than an actual guide. I'll still show you guys some different team and different formations and different variations, but for a more complete view I would refer to my video from last week, which went really in depth with a lot of guides. However, based on the heroes that I had, I was able to improve my teams a good amount for this round, and as you can see here, my best time is 1 minute and 20 seconds here, or 4 minutes, sorry, and 20 seconds, 4:20, haha, very funny. And these are my teams. Now for the first team, this is pretty much the hardest part to make for me, because for the Awakened heroes that I have built, I only have Belinda and Solace, and this is where Awakened Athalia or Awakened Thane, or even I've seen Awakened Baden could go into this team to help it out a lot. But I have none of those options, so this is the best that I could come up with. However, something to note here is that this team has a few variations. For example, you can use Dress instead of Lucretia, which is a lot better. However, as you will see in some of the other teams, I use Dress in there, so I can't. And also, this is also a round where you can use Vithiel as a carry, but I'll go over those variations later. Now for the first team, as you can see, it's the Lucretia team. It's pretty much a struggle. For the second team, this is pretty standard. It's the Scarlet Gris Twins team. There wasn't really much optimization to be done here, other than potentially pulling the twins out of the formation, but that just collapses it completely, so that wasn't really an option. Now for the third team, this is where I use Dress. As I spoke of, he could replace Lucretia here. If you can use Dress in this round, then you can use Antandra in this round. However, a discovery that I made was that actually using Dress here frees up Antandra. Usually this is Antandra, and then that allows me to use Antandra in this composition, which is my... Basically, this is where I made the largest gain compared to last time around. Now, obviously, I was able to secure myself a Matria Merc from one of my guildmates. Shout out to Fool. However, the inclusion of the Awakened Brutus into this team, along with Antandra, cuts the time, as you can see, down to 36 seconds. Where before, I think I was using Rowan instead of Brutus, and I was hovering at around 48 seconds, and this is all because I don't have Orthos built yet. Obviously, if you had Orthos, you would be able to build the best in slot formations that you can see in the leaderboards, right? But because I don't have Orthos, actually slotting in Brutus here and doing this formation saves a lot of time, and this is obviously all dependent on if you can get a Matria Merc or not. But if you can't get a Matria Merc, I would refer to my earlier video, or I'll show you guys a guide later in this video. But yeah, this is basically where I gained a lot of time for my score. Now for this team here, this is also where actually if you had Brutus built, he could slot in, and same with Thane, and same with Awakened Athalia. But as I don't want to repeat myself, but obviously I have none of those, so I use a lot of strong heroes, Vithiel included, for this round, along with the Seal, to kill it in decent time, right? Interestingly enough, I use Saurus here, and then I use Anastar here, right? But you can actually swap Saurus and Anastar. I tried swapping them a bit around, but it seemed to me that Saurus worked best in this comp. And then obviously for the last team, I'm using Belinda, and there's not much innovation to be done here, but I'm very happy with my time overall. Now, before I go to the general guide, I do want to show you guys the first formation without Lucretia. Here, as you can see here, this is with Lucretia, 1 minute and 11 seconds, and this is with Dress, 1 minute and 11 seconds, so it's exactly the same. Just to show you guys that this works with Grace as well. But as you can see here, 50 seconds where it was 36 before, because I was able to use Antandra instead of Rowan. Now, those were my teams, right? The teams that I was able to get my score with. So if you can copy those, great. If you can improve upon those with, for example, Thane or Awakened Athalia or Awakened Baden or Awakened Brutus, build Awakened Brutus, that's also great. Now, this video was just meant to be a follow-up guide, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but I do want to show you guys what I believe to be probably, I find it hard to say it's the best guide, but it's pretty comprehensible. This is a Chinese guide, as you can see here. I agree with the Merc priority, where you should try to secure yourself in Awakened Matria, and if you can't get that, go for Athalia or Thane. Those pretty much serve the same purpose. Now, these are the teams, right, as you can see. The first team here, using Lucretia or Awakened Athalia if you have them. Then it's the Scarlet Grist team. Then it's the Yoran team. And then here's the formation, right, that I talked about in my video, where you use Brutus and Matria in this exact formation to save a lot of time, even at Legendary Brutus. And then obviously I wasn't able to build this team, but I was able to use Vithiel in here along with Crashio to get a decent time. And then for the last team, self-explanatory, Belinda team. But actually for this video, I'm not going to ramble on too much, because this is more like a follow-up video guide for my previous guide, which I put a lot of effort into. But I did want to tell you guys, because I found I found a better variation for myself, I did want to share that with you guys, so you guys could improve your formations as well, depending on the heroes you have, of course. Also, just a quick note, remember to grab the dimensional heroes. I already grabbed Rem, and now I'm just looking to save as many gladiator tokens as I can for some more lab runs, because gladiator tokens I feel is more valuable as a free-to-play player, because it allows you to build key celestials and hypogens, whereas the challenger tokens allows you to build key celestials and hypogens, whereas the labyrinth tokens, for me anyways, are mainly used for dimensional signature items, which is relevant, but I feel like my account, I really want to build authors now at this point of my account, so I'm trying to save as many challenger tokens as I can. So I'm probably going to stretch this towards the end of the exchange event, so I can max out on using labyrinth tokens instead of gladiator tokens. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time, and I hope this helped improve upon my last video. Hey, I'm here with a quick update to the guide as I was uploading it. Well, first of all, I want to apologize for the audio quality. For whatever reason, it sounds like I'm sitting in a closet with the microphone up my nose. That wasn't intentional. I don't know what happened there. And also, I wanted to tell you guys, most importantly, that my Belinda formation was actually a little messed up, because the heroes were correct. However, the way that I arranged them were incorrect. I wanted to make sure you guys knew that putting Palmer and Anasta in the front line and arranging it this way, as I show right now, is a lot better than what I did in the video. And per that effect, I was also able to increase my time with another 10 seconds just because I had screwed up the Belinda positioning. So just wanted to add this at the end of the video, and that's about it. Have fun.